Testing, testing. It looks like audio should be working this week. It might be like the first week where we've had no audio issues at the start. Before we do our intros, as we tend to do, I'm going to need you all to roll for initiative.
So bad at this. My initiative is so...
I had 15.
15 for Chad.
18.
18 for Jana. Jonathan, Cannon, or Jamil?
16.
Okay. Oops.
Second. D&D Beyond's not rolling.
Jamil? Is that supposed to be a 6? Okay.
Use your microphone. Use your words.
Use your word. Listen, it's very, very important to eat
15.
ice cream. 15 from you. Okay. Chris and Jonathan, I need you to have a roll off. Each roll a d20 and tell me what you rolled.
The drama.
12.
Oh, I got a 9.
All right. So Kopaka will be ahead of Chad. So that means we're going to kick off with Jaina for the question. Oh. Was that? I almost said Roomba. Oh, that's our dog.
That's how much he does not like Roomba.
Listen, it's a thing. All right. So today's question of the day, again for the format, for those of you who might just be joining us for one of the first times, you're gonna have the player introduce yourself with your pronouns and answer the question as you would answer it, and then also introduce your character by saying your character's name, what class and race they are, their pronouns, and then how they would answer the question to get us into the role-playing setting. Today's question of the day is, what is your favorite game or one of your favorite games? Like one of the first ones that pops to your head. It doesn't have to be the all-time favorite, because I know that's a lot of pressure for people. But if chat, please, put in your favorite games in chat if you want to answer. And we're going to lead off with Christina.
So I'm Christina, she, her. Favorite board game, one of them is Lords of Waterdeep. Favorite video game is Final Fantasy IX. Jaina's favorite game, I played Jaina and Jaina Lightstealer, and she is a druid centaur. Let's see. Her favorite game is probably just playing with animals in nature, because I don't think they have games.
Right. Yeah. So there might not be formal games
where she's from.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Cannon.
Hello, everyone. My name's Cannon. My pronouns are he, she, and they. My favorite game is actually 2 games. It's Portal and Portal 2. Just 2 of the best video game experiences I've ever had in my life. My character's name is Alistar. He is a Minotaur Paladin. I don't know if he would like games. He's kind of a serious guy. I don't know that he plays games. If he did like games, he'd probably play Pai Show.
All right. Jonathan.
Hello, my name is Jonathan. He, him. I play Kopaka, a Leonin Ranger. Let's see. My favorite game is probably Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Both of them. And then Kopaka's favorite game, I don't know, playing with a ball of yarn.
Perfect.
He's a cat, Cannon.
Right.
It's canon. He's a cat.
No, you don't own a cat because of how simplistic your cat references are, by the way.
We actually have 2 in this house. I grew up with cats.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Chris?
They just don't like me.
Oh, my turn?
Yes.
My name is Chris. I don't have pronouns. My favorite game is Horizon Zero Dawn. Kyle just got me the comic of it, which is really awesome. So I've been reading that, and it's really great. It's really great, by the way, guys. I just like it because it's a really incredible story, and I'm a sucker for open world games. My character Ched would probably say like, "Hey, bros, like my favorite game is whatever the Theros version of beer pong is." Because I really love just like
Yegos Pong.
Jaegers Pong, Jaegers Bong or Pong, or I can't even say. That's like Jaeger. Okay,
Thank you.
that's it. I'll stop.
No, it's okay. Last but certainly not least, hopefully able to use his microphone, Jamil.
Hi, my name is Jamil. Pronouns are he, him. I play Michiru, who is a Triton rogue, a male, and my favorite game would have to be Final Fantasy VII. Favorite board game, there's too many to count. I feel like Michiru's would probably be good at any sort of like gambling, like dice, throwing bones, all that stuff.
Playing with people's expectations.
That's just part of life. That's
Yeah.
not even a game.
All right. And then I'm Kyle, he, him, his. I am the Dungeon Master. And I like Magic the Gathering and Pokemon are my big two games. And then, of course, as the DM, I've got to say Dungeons and Dragons. Yay. Okay. So, when we left off, we had just crossed a bridge. Now, that sounds like not a lot, but it took a while to get there. Does someone want to give like a 2-second summary?
Dana was a lizard.
Jaina was a lizard.
That's my 2-second summary for my character.
Excellent.
I can try to summarize. So the session started off with the death of a hoplite, right? Just like a standard run-of-the-mill soldier.
Oops.
So the death of a soldier.
Who killed him?
We're not doing that. We're moving past that. We're being bigger people, and we're making our way through our trauma.
I realized that this week the session summary I wrote is really short. If you just want to read that.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah, do that.
Memorize it.
That's why I was pulling up Discord. I'm like, oh.
I was gonna pull it
I
up,
didn't-
but then
Yeah, normally I
Yeah.
send like a big detailed one with all like the little names and stuff people would have to remember. But this time I was tired. But if you
Okay,
wanted to
I got
watch last week's episode or any of the previous episodes, you can do !wedding video in the chat. Find a link to where they're on YouTube or here on the Lags channel, watch them in the Twitch highlights. Who's going to read?
Jonathan, do you want to do it, or do you want me to?
oh, you go ahead.
Okay. So, following the death of an Acroan hoplite, the party deftly navigates to avoid combat. Jaina turns into a big lizard and crushes the other traveler's cart, and they uncover coins and some poisons. Supposedly, they are to be exchanged for ways to aid the wedding guests in Meletus. Michiru pulled off a successful ruse to avoid consequences, and Ched has a new man on his arm. A soldier was sent ahead somewhere to verify Alistair's identity by finding his old companion. Kopaka feels vindicated that the travelers were in the right to cross.
Excellent, excellent.
I'm gonna be honest. I completely forgot that I have a boyfriend now. Apparently.
Well, one, that's in character, and two, are y'all using your labels yet? Like, you know his name is Nick, but you also know that most of the hoplites were named Nick.
They're all named Nick.
Nick?
Yeah.
I
Hoplite
just-
1,
just
Hoplite
kidding,
2.
Boyfriend. I don't mean the character's actually using that label for him.
Of course. All right, so we left off, and there was the hoplite that Michiru had stabbed in the lower back, paralyzing her.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't know if I included that in the summary. Sounds like I didn't. And so right now, the people who have just crossed the bridge, we have 4 hoplites. No, sorry, that's a lie. 3 hoplites, because there's 3 on each side of the bridge when we started. 1 died. The other 2 are still here. Sorry if my green screen's flickering. I've got this fan going because it's really hot. Okay, I'm going to... There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 NPCs with a party right now. So there was 3 merchants who are also trying to cross the bridge right before the party arrived. And then there are 4 hoplites, 4 Crowan soldiers. Their soldiers are Nick, Nikki, and Gus. And then you don't know the merchants' names. Actually, you don't know Nikki either because she didn't introduce herself. But that's okay. They're largely interchangeable, but I'll get to the specifics as they come up. If you want me to go over the different people, I can, since you can also. Oh, hi, Nick, in the chat.
Is it okay that I don't remember which one is beside me?
You can ask him. You know his name is Nick, and I know which one it is. I gave them last names. Thank you very much, but that was just 2 seconds before this session. Okay, so it is almost nightfall, and the party has just crossed the bridge. You know that you're with merchants, some of which seem intent on getting somewhere close to Akros to purchase goods to be brought back to Melitus, where everyone who's not Jaina knows the wedding party, the wedding people have been poisoned and they need to be stabilized. Also, we found out a timeline last time. Does anyone remember?
We're on the 3rd day of the month. We have 27 days until the end of the month to get back with whatever the cure is.
Mm-hmm. Assuming that the merchants are able to go back with supplies to stabilize them, because otherwise you don't know how it might not be very long. Okay. So, with that being said, it is probably about 5 o'clock in game, and you have just crossed the bridge, but you haven't really decided. You don't really know what's about to happen next. So, party.
Me.
Jaina.
Hi. Okay, so I've thought about this all week. Like as soon as it ended, I knew what I wanted to do, and I wanted to do it quickly. So,
all right. So hop into roleplay.
Okay, Jaina's gonna ignore Kopaka because at the end of last session, Kopaka pointed his sword, but not too loudly, but intently, accusing her of, effing their friends back home, which of course she doesn't know anything about. So she's just going to ignore him and keep going straight towards the 2 merchants, not the one that was accused of murder, but the 2 that already went ahead. Mm-hmm. And Jaina had already waited in the back to try to be like as if she was a new person. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So Jaina's going to go forward to these new merchants and just go, well, this is a sight. So I'm Jaina. What's your name? And she's just going to reach her hand out and ask for the name of the one that had the Athreos symbol.
Yeah, so she's a human merchant. She looks nervously to the centaur man who is next to her, who is the other merchant that was on your side last time. I'm Seb. I'm of the Laguna band. I can tell that you are not of our band. And I'm Espa, and you know a little bit about me, but who are you and where did you come from?
Okay, can I do insight check just to see if those are their real names?
Yeah.
Okay, insight check. Oh, it landed cocked. Okay. 11.
As far as you know, they're telling you their real names. That was Espa for the human woman and Seb for the centaur.
Okay, so they asked me where I'm from, or where I came from. I was like,
they also asked your name. Or no, you said your name.
Well, no, I already said my name. That's why I started. I was like,
you're right. Sorry,
yeah. Go on. So Jane's just gonna go, oh well, I needed to cross the bridge because I'm heading north, but I saw so many people over here. I wondered what was going on.
Well, we were just trying to cross. We have some business over in this direction. Yes, and it's kind of urgent, so we would like to get going now.
Oh, well, did you need any assistance with that? In terms of wherever you were going?
So at this moment,
I've lost my accent.
Espa and Seb are each holding a shit ton of stuff from their cart that you'd collapsed. Obviously, they don't know that you did it, but they're holding a bunch of belongings, and they look at each other and realize how encumbered they are. So Seb turns and says, well, I guess if you're going our direction, then yes, we'd appreciate you coming with us to deliver these goods. But especially given how urgent our matter is, I'm not sure what your business is, but if you could help us, we would appreciate that.
which direction are you going? Get my accent.
Well, we're going into Akros. We have a contact there who's supposed to purchase, or was supposed to purchase what we had, but is now broken. So we're just gonna have to do our best with what we have. So the rest of the party can probably overhear this conversation, and it looks like the merchants are kind of like eager to get moving, and the hoplites seem like they're marching forward with purpose, like they're starting to push ahead north towards Akros. How are the other party members responding?
Yeah, so the one merchant that was accused of murder, I'd like to go up to them.
Okay.
And
You
also
approach a human man who seems a bit shaken up, and is just starting to stand back up.
Are you doing okay? How you guys made the journey from Melitus really quickly. Sad it came to such a end here.
The man brushes himself off and kind of shakes, and then turns to you with a smile. He's like, "Hi, well, yeah, I mean, we're doing well. We just have some business to attend to, a little, snag in our plans. But you know what? We're gonna make our way forward, and I think that we'll be okay. We appreciate your help, though."
It's our friends you're trying to save. What was your name again? I didn't catch it. I'm Kopaka.
Hi, my name is Felix. Nice to meet you. And he eagerly shakes your lean-in paw.
Do you need any help with all of the supplies that are on the ground? And is there anything we can do to make sure that the medicine gets back as quickly as we can?
Well, golly gee whiz, I mean, I'm going to help my companions here carry the stuff over, but we wouldn't want to inconvenience you. It is pretty urgent that we get this back quickly, but you obviously have your own plans if you were trying to so urgently get across the bridge.
Can I see if there's anything I can scrounge around to carry a little bit and beckon to the rest of the party to do the same?
Yes. Well, first of all, how does the rest of the party respond to what's being said? The merchants are starting to they have multiple bags on their shoulders. Like they're like handing some bags off to Kopaka.
So Jaina, not knowing everything that's going on, but understanding that Kopaka was angry and somehow this is related to what they need to get done, she's going to just, because she's a horse, so I guess, well, part horse, whatever the merchants want to, what bags they want to put on her back. Is that how that works?
Well, yeah. One of the centaur, the centaur, Seb, has like two bags tied together with a string slung over his back, like his horse back, and has multiple of those, and he's offering one of them to you.
Yeah, because Jane is assuming, because they're going towards Akros and the map that they had was going towards that direction, that if Kopaka would be happy in them getting there faster, she wants to help. So she's going to take the bag and put it on her back. And then also looks around to see, but she's still not acknowledging the rest of the party because she's trying to act as if she just got there.
Gotcha. Understood. But the rest of the party, some of you haven't spoken up yet. You're seeing that this is going down where members of your party are kind of offering to help these people.
Yeah, I've been observing. Are we confident that these people are actually in a position to assist us? Like, do we know that the poisons they're actually delivering to Akros, like, do we know that this
Are you asking your party mates?
I'm asking the party because I want to know why everyone's so readily trusting these strangers that are transporting poison from a city that...
Alistair, I just wanted to clarify. Alistair, are you like openly declaring this in front of the merchants, or are you like whispering to the side to...
in front of everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
They know a lot about the situation. They have...
Yes.
They have a significant amount of details. If you want to suss them out, we can. But
I mean, I understand your point, but you also have to realize the person who caused the poisoning knows a lot of details about what's happening. We have no idea who caused the situation at the wedding.
Thank you, Michiru. That's what I'm saying, is that these people fit a profile that could also very easily be assumed to be the people who poisoned our friends. Like, we don't know that what they're saying is the truth. So I'm curious as to why the two of you are so readily assisting them and taking their words at face value.
At this moment, Felix, the human man merchant, pipes up. Oh, we just want to help. We have an assignment, and we're just eager to get going with it. And whatever we can do, we you know, he starts to stutter, which is different from his previous approach. But we want to help.
Who gave you the assignment?
At at that moment, the Centaur Sea chirps up. Well, like we said, it was that Farika disciple. Yes, Felix says. Oh yes, it was Talia was her name. She had a very pretty smile, and she stressed the urgency of what we had to do.
Talia doesn't seem like a smiling type to me. What else did she tell you?
He looks around and is like, "Oh, well, I actually knew her previously. I run some errands for her before. She wasn't smiling today on account of, you know, the poisonings. But she... Sorry, what was your question again?"
Nothing. Can I walk away from the party and go and pray to Heliod?
You can.
Okay.
The sun is currently setting, so are you facing towards the setting sun?
Yes.
Okay. Because Heliod is the god of the sun, for those who weren't keeping up. All right.
I would like to make a strength check.
For what purpose?
I want to squeeze the soldier beside me, his butt.
All right. I was having trouble hearing you there, Chris. So just if you could speak
Can you hear
up
me better now?
I can hear you better now, but okay.
Yes,
so
so I'll say it again. I want to make a strength check to.
you actually okay. So make a strength check to see how firmly you grasp his bottom.
A 9.
All right. You just give it a nice little squeeze, and he turns towards you with a smile.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, he turns to Chad. So, are you gonna come with us back to our base?
Babe, so my friends and I need some place that we can get like a lot of rest. And like, I need my friends to kind of come with me because we're a party together. Do you have enough space for all of us to rest for tonight? I just don't know if we can trust like the hotels here. And I just really want to be close to you tonight, babe.
Well, if we keep trekking, we can probably reach Akros before too long, but it would be a few hours. Our stationed barracks are a bit closer, but unfortunately there aren't any empty spaces that I know of, depending on if other people are out or not. Well, except for one, when, you know, Nick A, who's no longer with us, that's where he used to sleep. And obviously you could stay with in my bed, but I don't know if we have enough beds for everyone, nor stables for the Centaurs.
Well, maybe one of my party members can join that bed and the other ones can search for lodging.
I'm come back over to the party briefly, and I'm going to interrupt this cute little dialogue that's going on. Denizens, I'm going to suggest that we take the merchants and we go to the nearest barracks and rest for the night. The longer we stay out here, the longer we're exposed to whatever wild creatures might inhabit this area.
You've gotten back from your praying?
Yes.
I concur.
Out of character, like lizards that just want to see flowers.
Pardon?
Out of character, I was saying like lizards that want to just see a flower.
I didn't know. I
So
thought
we trust the merchants now? We're going to take them to the barracks with us?
No, I'm suggesting we don't let them leave our sight.
I was literally about to say the same thing, Alistar. I don't want to leave them out of our sights. I don't want them going anywhere.
At this moment,
with our knowledge.
Felix says, "Oh, well, I mean, we would love for you to trust us, but we understand where you're coming from. I guess based on the urgency of the situation, we should really get moving ahead, though. I don't know if would be able to stop."
Mm-hmm.
Well, seeing as how we assisted you in crossing the bridge that you were not going to be able to cross, I would suggest you stay put and wait for Alistar's friend to prove his identity. I don't think it would be good for you to be on your own. right now.
The merchants look at each other, and Felix gestures, "Can I just have one moment, please? Sorry to put you on hold." And kind of huddles up with the other two merchants.
Quick question: Are the because the hoplite that was supposed to leave,
Mm-hmm.
they are the ones who accused the one guy of murder. Is that guy still here?
Okay, so there were 6 original hoplites. Yeah, the answer to your question is yes. Oh wait, which one?
One was supposed to go to find Alistair's friend, but I think he's the one who.
The one who's sent to fetch Sphodias is with you. That is Nick B.
Yeah.
And then
So he has a
Chad.
Yeah.
There's and then there's 2 more hoplites. One of them is currently like trying to figure out how to help steady or carry the other fallen hoplite who has been paralyzed by Mishiru.
Because the thing I'm trying to figure out is he still hasn't left. He's gonna have to leave and come back.
Well, so he.
So do the hoplites look like
the hoplites are not currently?
Are they caring about the rest of the group right now?
They look like they're urgently about to march forward, but there is some tentativeness as they try to figure out what these people are about to do. So the hoplites themselves are looking seemingly at the soldier standing next to Ched, as though they're waiting for an order. And one of the other ones are trying to like help steady the woman who's fallen, like the one who's unable to walk, and trying to figure out how they're going to get her up. But they're kind of want to hear from they're seemingly the leader about what the direction is about to be, and that leader is currently staring at Ched.
Can I pull Chet aside real quick?
Yes.
Away from the rest of the group? Mostly just the hoplites and the merchants, the non-playable characters.
Mm-hmm.
Ched, I think we should see if we can get the hoplites to forcibly escort the merchants back to the barracks. I don't think they're going to go quietly.
I was thinking that there's a huge ambulance outside. I'm sorry. Bro, I was thinking the same thing. How can I like get him to escort them? Because all he wants is my hot satyr butt right now.
Exactly. That's what I think. So you just need to use your hind legs.
Should I? Yeah, I'm gonna flirt with him and see if I can get him to escort these poor people away.
Brilliant.
Can I address the...
These guards were just attacking us and accosting these poor merchants on the bridge. Why are we working with them? Why do we trust them?
Oh, thank you for joining our conversation to his side.
Yeah, I didn't know that our side.
You said to the non-playable characters.
Right.
I
wanted to move him and I away from.
I don't want to lose his thought though, because he was starting to say something.
Well, I mean, the group's huddled, right? The merchants?
Yeah.
The merchants are huddled. Yeah.
But
and,
I don't want hoplites to hear you though. I don't
Okay.
know that we're trying to.
So basically, I want to address them while they're grouped up. And I was like, also, I don't know if this is important to you, but as somebody that understands the importance of valuables, if you want to see these again, I suggest you stay close to us.
I cannot.
That's right. Mishiru currently has Espa's bag of coins.
Look at that. Motivation to the win.
Upon saying that, Espa definitely turns and pays attention and starts to hurriedly speak to the other merchants.
Can Jaina? Well, I didn't want to interrupt all the stuff, but I wanted to have Jaina try to overhear the conversations that they were having, both before and after what Michiru said.
The merchant conversation?
Yeah.
Can you
because technically
Jane
is like next. Jane is next to them, so.
Can you roll a perception check?
Okay. 18.
All right. Yes, you're able to eavesdrop and hear what's being said. So this is for Jaina's ears only. You were able to hear Felix saying, "I don't know. We should probably get going, but these people seem nice, and I don't know what we should do. What do you think, Sieb?" Sieb, the centaur responds by saying, "Well, I mean, it's pretty urgent. We just need to get going." But after hearing Mishiru's interruption, Espa urges the group, hey, you know what, I kind of really want those back, and we might not be able to get there safely if we go alone tonight anyway. I think we should go with them. I guess, but I don't know. So it sounds like they're a bit conflicted, leaning towards going with you.
Okay. So that okay, so I've heard that. I just wanted to make sure if Michiru or anyone else is going to say anything else before I say anything.
No, go for it.
Okay. So hearing that, Jane is still acting like she doesn't know any of you for now. Gina goes, if I can get my accent right, because I can not been able to get it to stick.
It's okay.
What ho? Yeah. What ho, friends? I'm Jaina, and it seems like these fine folk need help. From what I can tell, you also seem to want to help them. Surely we can go the same direction as them.
So you're turning to the
without much fuss.
You're turning to the party and saying that?
Yes.
Can you make a performance check?
Hooray. Ooh, that was good. 16.
Okay.
Plus 0.
Okay, party members, I need you all to roll for insight. You just have to beat a base of like 5 to see if you can pick up on what Jaina is trying to do here.
I rolled a 16.
13.
I got an 18.
12.
So how do you all respond to what Jaina just said? Quiet bunch tonight. Jeez.
I had to step away for a second, so I actually didn't hear it.
Okay. So she had been pretending for the merchants that she did not know any of you four. And she is offering, or she's saying as though she does not know you, hey, it seems like you were willing to help these travelers. Would you like to, is it okay if they go with you, or can you help them out? That's my paraphrasing.
Yes, us, the group.
Yes.
Yeah. She was like, "What ho, friends? Surely we are all going the same direction. We can all travel together." But she was trying to do it in a way that was like, "Hey," and she said it like without a fuss, like.
As long as we get across the bridge and closer to our destination, I'm happy.
You're across.
We're already across the bridge.
I'm gonna say I side with the incredibly tall centaur woman. Travel together.
I agree. I think we should totally travel together, babe. Wink.
Wink. She does like this. Like really, like far too long.
Felix says, well, I guess it's settled then. If the hoplites will have us in their barracks, we would gladly follow you along if you provide a safe haven for the evening.
Can I very quickly and quietly nudge Ched?
Yeah. I would love to stay is that what we're doing? Together.
Brilliant. So smooth.
Can I do a deception roll?
Who are you trying to deceive?
My hot guard man.
So wait, tell me what you're trying to do, so I can tell you.
I'm trying to basically go along with everything the party is saying.
He's trying to deceive
them into coming with us.
Taking us to the barracks with the merchant.
Persuade him?
Yes.
Persuade. Yes.
Okay, so tell me what you're saying and then roll for persuasion.
Babe, if you can do this, we can spend more time together and stuff. And then I'm just like awkwardly shaking my satyr chest around. And then
So the hoplite looks at you, turns to his fellow hoplites. Well, it looks like these people will be coming with us and staying with us for the night. All right, soldiers, we ready to move out? And the fallen hoplite, she's trying to struggling to get up still, and basically the people who are not the hoplites who are not paralyzed and not the one touching Ched are both supporting the fallen woman and going to be carrying her for a bit. So, Nick, thank you so much for the subscription. Yeet, yeet indeed. All right, so the hoplites start to march forward unless anyone wants to say anything before they start moving.
No, this seems like an awkward yet serviceable arrangement.
All right.
Yeah, I'll be going quietly with everybody, not thrilled about going with the soldiers.
All right. So the new party is moving forward, and they walk for about an hour. They can see that the sun has just begun to set. They walk past some farmland where they hear the mooing of oxen and cows, and they eventually get over to... You can see that the farther north you go, the ground is starting to become a little bit more sparse. It's starting to become a bit more craggy. It's more stones, less greenery. And you reach what seems to be an outpost that is just in the side of a hill. Well, this is our barracks. Like I said, I can't guarantee that there will be seating for everyone. And by seating, I mean, beds, but we'll do what we can. Hopefully someone's already started to cook for us.
That's okay. I can take my bedroll and go onto the wall. I don't like being around others at night anyway.
I don't mind sleeping on the floor outside.
Jane is gonna look around to see, is there some type of stables like with horses?
So you look around and you see that there are stables, but there are spots for 5 horses, 4 of which are taken by horses. 1 is an open spot currently.
Jane under her breath says, "Horsies," and then goes, "I can sleep outside. I don't mind."
Oh, well, we appreciate the offer there.
Do centaurs stable themselves at night?
Shush, there are horsies.
Make a history check. Or actually, what check should I have you make for understanding centaur culture?
I can just do history.
Make your choice of history or nature check.
Nature. Oh, they're both the same. I'll do nature. 6.
You're like, yeah, I guess it makes sense for a horse to stay in a stable at night. In your head, there's nothing wrong with that or nothing abnormal.
I mean, I don't know any centaurs, so I don't know how normal it is or not.
Right.
Also, could Jaina see the cows or oxen as we traveled to this location?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm noting that.
Okay. By the way, Kamali has been tailing you this whole time, and most of the rest of the people just weren't really paying close attention to your wolf companion.
Yeah, I want, if possible, I'd like for Kamali to just keep being quiet and staying, out of sight, and just kind of blending in, just trying not trying to get any attention.
Like the dire wolves in Game of Thrones.
Except since they're smaller, hopefully it's not as much attention because it's like
Well,
direwolf. Whoa.
They were not in the show at all.
Oh, I see. I get it. Yes.
Oh, I didn't watch that. So okay.
I wish there was more of them.
So come in. Who seems to be the head Nick grabs Ched by the waist if Ched is agreeable with that.
I'll agree to it.
And ushers them inside. And you can see what seem to be almost like bunk beds, military barrack style housing lining 2 walls. And then further down this hall, it's all one level, all one room vaguely. And seems to be a little cooking area at the end where what smells like someone's making a stew. And right now it's the sun is set and it's evening time. It's probably around 7 p.m. ish.
So I ask, hey babe, so where do you sleep? The top bunk or the bottom bunk?
Alistair is going to grimace and walk away from Ched and go out into the courtyard and sleep.
Yeah, I don't want to go inside at all. I'm just going to go up to the top of the walls, set my bedroll up there, and eat my final good berry.
Okay.
Dana, oh, I
Sorry,
was
go
just
on.
say quickly, before making sure she's out of earshot of the merchants, because she's holding bags, but also wanting to be, let's see, because it's within 30 feet.
Mhm.
I'm going to have her cast Detect Magic just to see if there's any pinging in any of the bags of any of the merchants and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
And which would hopefully she's close enough to be near like Michiru's
Right.
gold bag that he has. So
So-
like basically all their stuff.
The bag of coins that Mishiru is holding is definitely letting off some magic aura. The other belongings seem to be just kind of light, like that may possibly had been made with the help of magic at one point, but hold no magical properties themselves, according to what you can feel from the bags.
Okay.
So who is inside? Like it sounded like Alistair started to walk inside, but then noped out. Mishiru, where are you?
I did.
I am not going inside.
Okay.
I just look at the guards and say, well, thank you so much for your kindness. But as a female Triton, I like to sleep outside. And I just...
Oh, that's why you're still in disguise. I forgot.
Yes,
You want to join me up on the wall?
So I'll just sleep outside. I feel much comfortable in the cold weather outside. Thank you so much for your kindness, however.
Well, I guess we appreciate that. Would anyone like to join us inside for some gruel?
For what?
For dinner, for supper. We've got a thick stew going.
I would love that.
Oh, and by the way, I get to sleep on the bottom bunk because I'm higher rank.
Perfect. I prefer the top bunk. My
Well-
character, not me, canon. I see that face.
It just sounds so strange coming out of your mouth.
I know, you need to say it in Chad's voice.
Bro, that's perfect because I totally prefer the top bunk.
Well, I don't know if there'll be room for us to sleep in separate bunks, but I'll keep that in mind.
This is why I went outside.
All right,
Oh,
so
you would have known that I was liking the top bunk by me actually eating.
sorry, say that again.
Nothing.
How many hours did it take to go from the bridge to these barracks?
Like an hour and a half.
It's 8 o'clock right now, he said.
It was like
Okay.
7-ish.
Because during that time,
Oh.
Jaina might knowing that Michiru cast the spell and knowing that spells have time limits,
Mhm.
there would have been a point where Jaina would have tried to like with her huge body kind of block Michiru during the point where maybe it was ending and like pointed in a way to be like,
Fair. Yes, because I forgot. At the amount of time you have been traveling, Mishiru, your disguise would have worn off. Do you have another spell charge to be able to cast it on yourself a second time, or would you want to do that?
I believe we got 2 charges of this. I forgot because this was something that
Yeah.
Christina did.
yeah, you should have 2 because you have +2 charisma. So you should have cast it once because since you
Yes.
didn't do it during the whole battle part. So you should have 1 more.
Okay.
The good berries, by the way, go away at the end of the night, right?
In 24 hours.
But we got them early this morning.
Yes.
Very early this morning.
Sure.
You probably have about 8 hours left with the good berries. So yes, you were given. Ched is given a bowl of what looks to be grayish stew.
Can I make an insight check to see if there's any alcohol in this barrack?
A perception check.
Yes.
Yep, go for it.
Oh, just quick note. I did notice that the good berries provide sustenance for an entire day.
So you don't.
So
Yeah.
I'm not going to eat it yet. I'll have it first thing in the morning when I wake up, though.
All right.
I'm gonna do the same thing with that. Unfortunately, my perception check was a 6.
Well,
So perceptive.
your alcohol senses are tingling. You can sense that there's some probably nearby, but right now you're really tired and you can't tell where it is. But you sense that alcohol is within some vicinity.
You guys are lucky, by the way, that Ched's not getting blackout drunk. We'll see. That was out of character, by the way. I'm gonna ask my bros though. Do you guys have any like wine or anything?
The hoplites, some of which you do not know you because there are some hoplites in here that you had not met, look around and say, "Well, no, but we have some mead."
I would gladly take some mead, bros.
So they go up to a tap and bring you a cup of that to accompany your gruel.
Ched starts drinking like an absolute down like a maniac.
You down the cup and they seem impressed. Drew, thank you so much for the sub. All right, so outside people, everyone who's not Ched, what are you all up to? By the way, the merchants have gone inside with Ched, including the centaur.
So, I mean, I walk over to Alistar. So basically, the way that just out of character.
Mm-hmm.
So I had two charges of disguise self. I basically had to cast them both to get here in disguise. So I have no charges left. So I walk over to Alistar, pull out my bag, and just start applying makeup and putting a wig on because I need to actually disguise myself.
Okay.
Since I'm on the walls, could I sneak over and see if I can hear their conversation?
Thank you. Yes, you can. Wait, so to hear the indoor conversation?
No, I want to hear Jamil and I want to hear Mishuru and Alistar's conversation while they're putting on makeup.
Sure. Want to make a stealth check? Or do you just want to walk over?
Dirty 20. Dirty 20.
So, yeah, you are able to eavesdrop, and they do not realize it.
Michiru, what do you think of the merchants? Do you think they're telling the truth?
That's kind of why I wanted to walk over here. You seem to be the only one who questioned their intentions. I don't trust them at all. I think as someone who is well-versed in deception, I absolutely do not trust that they came out of nowhere with all this knowledge of the situation that we're currently in.
I learned an interesting life lesson a long time ago when I was in the military. There are no coincidences. Makes me a little suspicious. We ran into a group of people that came from our same destination in Melitus and had a significant amount of toxic poisons they were trading in the same general direction we were going.
Managed to get ahead of us while moving a cart.
Have you investigated the bag of coins any further? Have you found anything interesting?
Nothing in particular. There's something strange about them. They are no currency that I recognize. So while I don't see any value to them for my own personal reasons, I definitely want to hold on to them because it seems to hold value for them.
At this moment, out of the door of the barracks walks Espa, the human merchant, and she's carrying 2 bowls of the gray stew. And she kind of... Sorry to the stream people, I might have messed with the thing real quick. She is walking over to Mishiru, extending a bowl. Well, we've made it. Can I have my bag back now? And she offers you the bowl of porridge stew gruel.
Thank you. I'm not quite hungry. And as for my bag of coins, I think I'll hold on to them for a little bit longer. I don't believe we've quite reached our destination, and I want to make sure you stay around.
Well,
human have with such unusual trinkets? I'm curious. It's not like you're kind to keep cursed objects.
Well, they're not cursed. They're collectibles, and they're to honor my patron of travel, Theros. And I would really like them back, please. They're my good luck charms, and given that we're going to be journeying together for a bit longer, I would like my journeying companions, if you will.
Companions?
Well, I like to think that the different coins have different personalities. Each one has their own story behind them.
I understand the value of trinkets. Here, you can have one of your companions back.
She doesn't know what to do, and she drops a bowl of the stew, trying to catch the one coin that you threw.
Here, you should really work on your dexterity.
Well, I would really like, those are mine. I want them back, please.
One thing you need to learn about me, I take what I want, and it no longer belongs to that person. So if I choose to gift you these in the future, I will let you know. But that decision falls entirely upon myself. You're always welcome to, take them by force, if you can.
She looks down kind of meekly and says, "All right, well, I might not be able to do anything in this moment, but just remember, we're surrounded by hoplites here, and I believe the law would be on my side." And she walks back towards the barracks.
Do you think she's a threat?
I think yes, and I'd be curious to see how far she's willing to go to get these back.
Why do you think a human would value something so worthless? It's unusual.
I don't know, but
It's petty.
and trust me, I see an act when I recognize an act when I see one, and that little sheepish act, no one's buying it.
You're probably right. She definitely doesn't seem nearly as afraid of us as she seemed earlier.
She turned her plea into a threat fairly quickly.
True. But even cute and furry animals can become very violent when backed into a corner.
Like lizards of notable size.
All right.
I was just thinking of the lizard.
Other characters, anything you want to do or say? Well, I know Kopaka's been listening in on this whole conversation. And the hoplites are starting to get tired and tuck themselves into their bunks. Inside, at least. What are everyone else doing?
I'll unroll my bedroll somewhere close to the wall.
Okay.
Start sleeping.
Still sleeping
Jaina-
outside?
Yeah.
Jaina wants to go over the horses and pet the horses and talk to the horses because she can understand the horses and just say, "Hello, how are you doing?"
The horse you approach says, "Well, you're certainly different than my cousins over here. Your head looks a bit different, too." Was that canon?
Centaurs can talk to horses?
Druids can talk to horses.
Oh, right.
I'm Circle of the Shepherd, so I have speech of the woods, so I
Fair.
can talk to animals.
All right, please continue.
Fair question. Although you all are able to hear what sounds like Jaina whinnying to these horses, which, based on your centaur knowledge, Alistair, would not surprise you, would sounds right to you. Everyone else might find it a bit odd. What brings you over this way? Says the horse to Jaina.
Oh, I was just traveling with a few people. I was wondering, has anything strange been going on in this area that you've seen?
Yes, they haven't been giving us as many carrots recently. I don't know what's up with that. But they've been riding us just as much, if not more than usual. So I'm surprised we're not getting more food compensation than usual.
Food compensation. That's a large word.
Well,
So
us horses have big mouths, lots
no,
of teeth. You could say
she
long
said
words.
that that was internal. It's just like,
Gotcha.
wow, compensation. Oh, really? Where have you been riding?
Well, one of the other horses chimes up, just around and around and around. You know, always coming back to our home over here. But the people who ride us seem a little bit worried, but we don't know what about. We just go where we're told.
Interesting. Well, let's see. Jaina would have food from that she would have gathered in the forest. Does she have something that she could give to them as treats as a thank you?
Sure, there are some like tasty leaves that you would have gathered that they might be interested in chomping on.
Okay, so she's gonna offer them to the horses as a thank you.
Mm-hmm. They excitedly receive those gifts.
Okay, thank you very much. And then she's gonna turn to Kamali because this is a thing I've been thinking about all week too. She's gonna turn to Kamali, but she's gonna say, Nylia, and she's doing this to make sure no one can hear her. Is she far enough away that no one can hear her other than the winning noise?
Yes, unless anyone's trying to eavesdrop.
Well, she's
But not
purposely.
that they could, okay, no, yeah, you're good.
Okay, so she's gonna say, Nylia, the person with the coins, are they someone of interest that I should keep an eye on further? And so she's doing this while looking at Kamali, trying to get a sign.
Kamali walks in a little circle and sits down and like lies down as though they're tired.
So nothing. Okay. Can I try to roll to figure out if it was a thing?
You can roll for insight. Or I guess, yeah, roll for insight.
10.
You don't know. You're like, I guess they're not responding, or maybe if they had something to say, they would have said it, but I don't know.
Okay. So after all that, because she's going to look around. Where is everybody outside?
I'm gonna go cut to everyone else. Is everyone else getting ready for bed, or what are other people doing?
I'd like to try to sneak up to the top of the tower at this watchtower or whatever it is.
The roof of the barracks.
Is there not like a watchtower or something though?
You just can't push boundaries, can you? Always getting into trouble. You're gonna get another hoplite to stab you.
Yeah, well, I don't really like that we're here anyway, and I want to get a good sense of where I am.
You can tell there is a perch area where hoplite normally would sit on top of the building.
Yeah, I'd like to go up there and see if I could pick off a few arrows on the way as well to replenish anything that I fired yesterday.
What about picking up arrows?
I mean, if it's a little guard station, I'm assuming there's like arrows laying about.
If you wanted to go inside, you could. But you don't see
there's no there's no weapon racks outside.
Make a perception check.
17.
You see one loose arrow, but it seems that the hoplites are pretty secure about keeping all their weapons indoors, close to their chests.
Okay, I'll pick up that loose arrow and see if I can just climb to the top. I'd like to get a good sense of where we are and look off to where we're going.
Okay. You can tell that from where you're sitting, and you have low light vision, right?
Yes.
Okay. You would estimate that since you're in a part of near Akros that you've not been to specifically, but you would venture you're only probably a 3 hours walk south. You are south of the polis of Akros, and you also know that the destination you're trying to head towards would be a little bit further past Akros northwest.
Okay. I'd just like to note that and look off to the sky
Cool.
for a while before retreating back down and going to sleep.
Okay. Cutting to inside Ched, you've been given a second drink, which I presume you would have downed?
Of course. Ched starts taking out his lute, and he decides to perform a song to rally a party with all these gentlemen.
All right, please perform the song.
Party rock in the house tonight. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oops, sorry, I'm trying to roll to see how they like it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I dropped that, so we're gonna roll a different die. Oh god. The rowdy hoplites seem to be really vibing with this basic mid 20 or like 20 I almost said 2010, but that's they're kind of vibing. They're confused, but they're kind of bopping, and one of the hoplites says, "Yo, that's kind of sweet. I can't wait to hear more of it in the morning, but we're gonna end up. It's our curfew shortly."
Okay, so I head into the babe's bunk bed.
Sure. All right. It is basically it is about the size of you, and the hoplite is a little bit larger than you, basically. So it is going to be very tight quarters.
I start crying because I'm drunk now.
Okay. Would you like to start saying anything with your crying, or before the hoplite addresses you?
Yeah, I just say, I'm ugly, I'm ugly. I have this giant flower growing upon my horn. Everyone hates me. My mom and dad hasn't talked to me in years. I'm ugly.
Whoa there. The other hoplite starts to look at you. You're not ugly. I think you're rather pretty to look at. And your flower, although unusual, has some personality, some charm.
I then kiss this person who I can't even see who their face is like. I just start kissing them in the most slobbery, gross of kisses.
All right. The other hoplites turn out the lights in the barracks kind of preemptively, like they kind of don't want to see what you're about to do. And we're going to cut back to outside. Anyone else? So, actually, okay. Time out, people. We're going to take our intermission here. Once we get back, we're going to do this. Basically, the adventurers know more or less where this is going, but basically, we're going to do something really interesting when we get back from break. So, hold your horses.
Oh.
We'll be back in 10 minutes.
They're on the edge of their seats.
The audio is still on. Sorry, I didn't turn it off yet. I was like focusing on getting the PowerPoint going. I think it's still on. Let me open up. Yes, they can hear us until 3, 2.
Don't take it back.
1.
I don't take it back, Tags or CW Rogers or anyone. You're on.
Okay, thank you. You can open them again. I didn't want to show you the private messages between me and Jonathan because there might be secrets. Because we're going to do a lot of stuff with secrets at the start of this session. But before we get into that, we're going to quickly just wrap up the events before people go to sleep.
This session has been full of secrets in this session.
I'm living for it. I love it. I love the subterfuge.
I'm all about it, clearly.
Yeah, great.
Okay. So, Ched is asleep in the barrack. Well, in the barracks, in bed, at least. But everyone else is outside.
So
Okay.
quickly?
Wait. I have a. May I make a performance to check to see if Ched was lucky?
Pardon?
I want to make a performance check to see if Ched was lucky last night.
What do you mean lucky?
Did he get some action?
I think we established yes. If you want to make a performance check to see how you performed, that is a separate
that's very,
question.
very important.
All right. Well, I will say we're going to hold off on that until the morning after.
Okay.
We're still in the nighttime.
I'll do a performance check the morning after to see how Chet performed.
Okay.
My boyfriend's very embarrassed. I'm sorry, Kyle.
No, I'm someone else.
So I will. I'm assuming Michiru and I are still in the same general vicinity out in the courtyard. I'll say, Michiru, before you go to bed, do you have a plan on stashing the coin somewhere safe?
I was actually going to ask if we can stash them with your stuff. As someone that's well versed in thievery, I know she will attempt to take these tonight, and I would rather keep them safe.
Okay, I'll keep them with my things. I tend to sleep in my armor anyway. One of the perks of being a soldier.
Yeah, stash them in your armor.
Jamil, are you doing the thing with the things?
Yeah.
I'm hearing jingling now.
There we go.
Okay.
Now we can't unhear them.
Yeah, now I can't unhear. Now that you're on. Sorry about that.
And
I'll only do it when I mute myself.
yeah, with that, I'll go to bed.
Oh, so before trying to catch them before they go to sleep, does she see them outside, or
Jaina
she knows
can see that
Ches
these
is
people are there.
inside? Okay, so she's going to making sure no one else outside, none of the other soldiers.
None of the soldiers. Kopaka is outside, but not near Alistair or Michiru.
Is there any other creature or anything suspicious watching it?
No.
Anything? Okay, so Jaina's gonna walk over, and she's going to whisper, but I'm gonna stage whisper because I don't feel like whispering. So she's going to walk over and she's gonna say, "So, I detected that the bag of coins is magical. I don't know what properties they have, but for some reason they give off a magical aura, and that person I do not trust, and so I was wondering if you all would prefer to do different watches just in case anything were to occur."
What do you think?
That's to Alistair and Mitru.
Do you think that would be preferable to just me hiding the bag inside of my armor for the night?
Well, when all of us were asleep, one of our companions lost several items. So perhaps it would be wise if in future we take turns in sleeping.
Michiru,
Just a suggestion.
I mean, you're the soldier. I think that's a good idea. I was actually going to suggest it earlier, but I felt keeping them with you was safe enough. But again, I will defer to you as a soldier.
I think the safest route would be for us to take shifts. So I agree, Jaina. I'll take first shift.
I'll take the last shift with Kamali.
Agreed then. We'll keep the coin safe.
At this point, Kopaka's still kind of in the distance and not part of your conversation.
Right.
So just to clarify, you've agreed upon Alistair, Michiru, then Jaina for the watch. Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to clarify.
So Jaina's gonna go over. From the stable, can she see them?
Say that again. Oh, can she see them
because she was going to sleep in the empty stall, so I was wondering, can she see them from there? Or
they're a bit far from where they currently have their bedrolls set up. Meaning that they're they're right at the edge of your vision.
Okay. Is there anywhere that's covered where she can, with her big horse body, try to hide in a way to not be seen if she's watching them?
So she looks around and doesn't see any dense enough trees that they provide covering, and the only other part of overhead covering is a slight lip on the edge of the roof. So the stable is really the only place where she would be at all concealed or covered.
Okay.
There's Kamali.
To have Kamali do watch or?
Like at least be the closer watch. Like you can still be this, and
I
then
see. Okay,
then
okay.
Kamali can warn you if something is happening.
Okay. So can I do that? Can I instruct Kamali to find a spot that's inconspicuous, that's closer to them, but still hidden, to watch them in order to be the closer line of sight, and then she's going to be at the edge of the vision, just
Is
because
that for
in
during the
order to
guard
see
shift,
more.
or is that just in general?
I think for Kamali, I think it'll be the whole time. For Jaina, it'll just be the guard. She'll just do the guard shift when she's supposed to, from the stall. Is that possible?
Yeah. Let me check my Kamali notes super quick.
Okay.
But then I'll probably yes. Sorry.
In the
I'll just take 2
meantime,
more seconds. Yeah, go ahead.
oh my god, it's like I only have one request. I'm trusting you both. You do not light up that sword in front of me. You do not wake us up with a thunder wave. I need you both to keep it cool.
Agreed, tiny fish woman.
What? Why would we want to be cold?
No, keep it cool. Like don't be stealthy about this. Do not light a big fiery sword or do a thunder wave when we're trying to catch somebody that's trying to be stealthy.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Okay.
What did your notes say, Kyle?
Oh yeah, sorry. So Kamali can do as described. Yes.
Okay. So she's going to go back to the stable and go to sleep.
Yep. All right. So I'm going to explain what's about to happen for the chat. I briefly went over it for everyone else. So on the world of Theros, there are these gods, right, as is established in the premise. But the realm of the gods, Nyx, is made up of people's dreams and beliefs taken form in addition to the actual beings of the gods. So the dreams that people have can sometimes manifest or even show up in the night sky, or appear to show up in the night sky, especially when they're like connected to something that's going on at a greater scale. So we're about to do like a dream sequence thing. Every person's going to have an individual turn that they will have their dreams acted out. The other adventurers will not be able to see or hear the dreams that each person is having. Alistair's taking the first night watch, right? Okay.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Jaina's dream sequence, which means that everyone who is not Jaina, of the adventurers, of course, make sure you cannot hear or see the stream. Feel free to mute and cover your own video, so that other people don't get confused about what's going on. The names that are going to show up at the
Discord us when to come back in.
Correct. I will Discord you individually when it's time for you to act. Okay. So it's just me and Christina now, is that right?
So nervous.
Yes. The names are all going to be messed up. Okay. So Jaina begins to sleep and senses, although, how do I want to frame this? Jaina has a sense that she's asleep and yet is able to see what looks like the starry night sky. And before her eyes, Kamali seems to shift, at first into a bigger wolf, then back down small, then takes the shape of an arrow. At the tail end of the arrow feathers, Nylea appears, and Kamali resumes shape in front of your eyes. Nylea gives you a nod. Well, thank you for trying to do your best to save that lizard earlier, and I have to say, your lizard impression was pretty good. Now, continue on your journey to stomp out aberrations, but also be wary of those who would seek to add corruption or fabricate the world around them. Something is amiss with nature, and even I don't know exactly what is going on. So, Jaina, I'm going to have you, I'm going to go off of you, but you'll actually be coming back in a second.
Okay.
There's going to be a part of your dream that is shared with Alistair, and so I'm going to go off of you until that time period.
Okay. Oop.
All right, so you go away. I'm going to pull up the next person. So I'm going to, real quick, y'all, I'm being really sneaky. Actually, okay, yeah, I'm going to go to Canon. I'm going to let y'all in a little secret. So Canon is Alistair and is about to go for the first watch, and their shift is about to end. Hopefully he'll not join in as I'm saying this, but I was going to say that after his watch shift ends... Oh, wait. Okay. Yes, check Discord. All right.
Okay, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Excellent. Okay. So you just had an uneventful watch shift, and you are ready to go to sleep. Do you go to wake up Mishiru?
Yeah.
Okay. So you nudge Mishiru, and Mishiru seems to respond like they understand, okay, it's their turn. And you go to sleep, you shut your eyes, and you sense that you've fallen asleep, but still, it seems to play out in front of your eyes as though that you are awake and are peering up at the starry sky. And in the starry sky, you start to see Heliod taking shape.
Oh.
Young champion, I appreciate your goals, trying to strive for justice, but please be careful. People are trying to interrupt the path of justice, and others do not seem to heed my vision. Also, you should be paying... I noticed that if you want to continue to use the power of the sun in your sword, I appreciate you showing a little bit more respect, a little bit more acknowledgement. But overall, keep fighting the good fight, and don't let anyone else tell you exactly what they think is correct. You can respond. You can try talking back to him, by the way.
I'm struck. I'm awestruck. My lord, what would you have me do?
Well, he smiles. Just keep in mind that you're venturing to save the life of not just a crowd, but another one of my champions, your good friend, George. But be wary that others may not have the same intentions as you. I don't know what's going on, but others are trying to intrude upon my domain. It seems as though other gods are not respecting me, or maybe irking me, and I would like you to try to do what you can amongst the mortals to remedy that, or just keep that in mind. I am a proud man, but I don't need others' help. But if you would like to show your reverence to me and keep receiving my boons, I hope you know what I'm getting at.
I would like to. Just tell me what to do. I'll do it. I'll do anything. I've devoted my life to your path. I've devoted my life to your light. I'd live but to serve.
Very well, then. Well, be careful of what you're doing. And then he gets cut off. stay still. All right, join in. We are going to be joined now by, okay. Hi, so Jaina is about to, Alistair are about to have overlapping dreams here.
Wild.
So we hear a voice, oh, you, and Nylea seems to be peering at the starry visage of Heliod in the sky. What have you been doing, and why is one of my devotees fallen at one of your ceremonies? Heliod replies, me? What do you mean? Weddings are important. Do they not have them in your barbaric wilds? Well, that's not the point. What is happening, and why aren't people safe in one of these sanctuaries, one of these cities that you seem to be so proud of organizing the humans with? Well, the cities are partially Afara's domain, and you only get to have domain over the wilds because I let you. Let me? Please. You're just a proud, stuck-up fucker.
Wow.
Like, think about what you did. You say you do all these nice things for me, but think about the Catoblepus. Oh, here we go again with the Catoblepus. Listen, we have a common goal here. Something is wrong, and we both want any corruption or trickery to be over. But I don't trust you, but I distrust some of the other gods of death more. Goodbye for now, Nylea. Goodbye, Heliod. And you can tell that both of them are kind of uneasy with what the interaction they're having, as though they both know that they're more than they're letting on to each other and to you as those who are perceiving them in the dreams. All right? That's where I'm going to end each of your dream sequences.
Okay.
No.
Okay?
This is wild.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. Mishiru. Testing. So, Mishiru, did you get all that?
I did.
So,
Quite interesting.
as you began to slumber during the first watch, you were greeted by a vision of Phoenix, who's saying, well, my little trickster, I think that there's some fine playthings for you here. Want to see and hear what your teammates are thinking about right now? I think that may serve both of us well.
Absolutely. I value information, especially if I can use it to my advantage.
So, Mishiru was able to see and hear the dreams of Alistair and of Jaina. So, you seem to have some insight now, not necessarily into everything that's going on with them, but you sense the discord between the gods, and as though there's tensions, and neither of those gods knows exactly what's going on or why some of their champions have been poisoned at the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix returns after their dreams have finished, because for part of this, actually, you are awoken by Alistair, but you're still able to see in the night sky, even while on watch, what they are dreaming.
Yes, of course.
So, approaches Phoenix. Are you still in this for the money? If not, I can do something else to help it make it worth your while.
I am starting to realize I might not see that money, so I will take anything my lord offers.
Most excellent. Well, just be on the lookout. I think you'll be able to pick up what I'm putting down when you hear and see some of my omens in the future. But for now, play along with their little game. Keep going and see if you can't rub a little bit more salt between those people who already have some friction.
Yeah, and it seems like your fellow gods have only helped to add to the confusion.
Yes, well, they tend to take themselves very seriously.
That's why you can only trust yourself.
Mm-hmm. All right. Keep up the good work. Goodbye for now.
Of course. Goodbye.
All right. Thank you. All right. Now Jamil should actually be off the call, hopefully, because he doesn't need to be there for what's about to go down, because he only heard the other stuff.
Hello.
Hey, Kopaka, Jonathan.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to go with basically you're staying awake until the shift of the guard. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. So Kopaka, you see Alistair tap and shake Mishiru awake, who kind of gives a dismissive, yeah, and Mishiru does sit up and appear to be keeping watch, although he seems distracted.
Okay. I'd like to cast fog cloud. I keep saying detect fog. Fog cloud.
Okay.
In front of Alistair.
Okay.
And then quickly sneak up quickly and take it, and then flee back to my.
All right. Can you make
bedroll.
a stealth check?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I rolled a 23.
Nat 20. Wow. Okay. Well, then can you also just make a sleight of hand check just to make sure there's no
Sleight of
mistakes?
hand. Oh no. 7.
So you manage to go over to Alistair undetected, and you reach into where you believe you saw them stashing the coins.
I didn't
And
think
your
I'd have to do
claws
this.
kind of dig in a little bit, and you feel it like, oh shit, Alistair starts to stir. But you do quickly pull them back out, your paw out with the bag of coins, and scurry away.
All right. Should I make an athletics check to do that really quickly, or not? No
I'll
need.
say that you retrieve them and you've gone back to where you had put your bedroll. But what do you do with the coins?
I would like to just put them in my things. I don't think anybody's looking in my things.
Uh-huh.
And I want to confront them about it tomorrow.
Okay. So you go.
They were being bullies. They were being bullies, and they've taken us to this place where the guards are who attacked me for no reason, and I'm not a fan of them doing that. So.
All right. So you go to sleep now?
Yeah, I'd like to go to sleep.
Okay. So you seem pretty pleased with what you just did. You go to sleep, and you.
Wait, I took a screenshot. 'Cause I'm really happy.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, I guess I can't share it easily, so never mind.
All right. You can share it later.
This isn't mine.
Although you go to sleep pleased, you are in a dreamlike state, and you look up at the night sky. You sense that you're asleep, but you feel everything feels very real, and you see in the night sky nothingness, but then some smoke starts to billow across the sky, out of which emerges a familiar, scary sight. A hellhound. The same hellhound that had attacked your clan and your family. And it charges towards you as you hear a bellowing laugh. And you, in the outline of the smoke, you can see what looks like the head of a minotaur and the vague outline of an axe. Right before the hellhound made of stars would reach you, it vanishes. and you'll wake up to right before then in a bit when I get to everyone waking up.
Okay. Did
Okay.
the Minotaur look like any Minotaur that I know? Like, am I able to tell the difference between
It
Minotaurs?
did not look like Alistair.
Okay.
It looked very comfortable in the stars. I'm going to say goodbye and switch over to Chad.
All right.
Chris, hello. Chad.
I've been trying not to listen at all. I've been like covering my ears because I can hear you.
Because you can hear me from downstairs. Yeah.
I was
okay.
like, I'm gonna try to be good and not listen.
I'm glad you're being good. Okay. So first of all, go ahead and make your performance check now, because I know you've been dying and waiting.
I've been dying. Well, I'm actually nervous because as a player, I really want him to have a poor performance.
Well.
Is a 14.
All right. You have passable, enjoyable, consensual, equally finishing, missionary lamb sex. Okay. And then you fall asleep immediately afterwards. And you can sense almost as though you are awake with a tingling sensation that maybe you are in a dream. And all around you is the Nyx pattern of the night sky with the stars. And you look around you, and although you feel like you're still in the barracks, you see no one else. You are very alone, eerily alone. And you look around, and the flower on your head is beginning to grow larger and larger. The crimson stem, the crimson petal, the golden petal, and the deep green petal, all becoming very heavy. And your stem continues to grow. And instead of being what looks like a healthy stem color, it's beginning to become black and wilts around your horns until you start to feel almost like there's acid on your head. And you can see now, looking up at the stars, what initially looked like the stem of the flower maybe is an outline, looks like a whip. Like a whip is lashing and it's coming towards...
A whip.
Like a whip.
Mm-hmm.
Like the lash of a whip is coming towards you.
Wait, sorry. One more time. What looks like a whip?
This formation of the stars.
Okay.
When you first saw it, you may have thought it was a reflection of the stem of your flower, but it is a whip and is coming straight at you. And you hear what sounds like angry grumbling. I'm gonna bring everyone else back in, and everyone's gonna wake up to the same part of the dream, but this is especially relevant to your dream.
Wait. Have you messaged everyone yet?
Yes, you were the final one.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah, I'm going on dreammeanings.com to try to understand the dream that you created.
Okay, hold up. Okay, let me... At everyone back in. So everyone's back real quick. So Jaina gets the last night watch, but basically everyone is about to receive the same portion of the end of a dream. Regardless of what else you were looking at before, it seems like there are groans and shouts, and a whip made of stars is lashing towards Melitus, and then snaking back towards you all. Oh, Christina, you there?
I can't. So the Zoom shrank really tiny. It's just you. I'm trying to figure out how do I get it to go
I just want to make sure that you're able to hear. Okay.
Yeah.
Right before the whip would reach anyone, what a snake in the sky bursts out, and it looks like it's the same size as the whip, same shape as the whip, and it bites the tip of the whip, and both just fall to the ground with what feels like a sizable shake, and you're shaken awake by the collision of the starry Nyxborn snake and the whip. Thanks, Chris.
I just wanted to make clear that I woke up screaming like
Yes.
a 5-year-old.
Bravo.
Yes.
That's great.
Indeed.
Jaina, you didn't see anything on your night watch. Kamali seemed to be kind of disoriented because you could tell Kamali had something to do with the dream that you received, and so was not like fully attentive during the night, but you could tell that it was largely watching. All right, so you wake up, and it is not yet dawn, but you burst awake. You all, Mishiru and Alistair, who are sleeping near each other, sit up at the same time, and Jaina kind of feels a jolt, even though she's kind of already awake. Obviously, Ched inside screams. Kopaka, wherever you are, you
On the
also
wall.
jolt awake. Okay. I gotta move where the names are around, but feel free to proceed and roleplay.
Yeah, I'm more of a cold sweat person than a screaming person.
I reach for my dagger and immediately look at Alistar. Do you still have the coins?
Alistair, you feel upon your chest, and you do not still have the coins, and you do have a small scratch where they were.
The coins are gone, and I have some kind of very small cut or scratch on my chest where I was keeping them.
What?
That's good.
The copper scratch.
Oh, what?
A cut or a scratch.
Oh,
Oh,
cut! I thought you said a copper scratch, and I
That's
was like,
what I
"What's
thought,
that?"
Sorry.
Wait, so we each had a watch in order to watch the entire time, and none of us saw anything, but it's out of the bag. The
I'm gu-
coins.
The bag is gone as well, I'm guessing.
The bag is not there. None of the three of you who took watch are fessing up to having seen or noticed anything that would prove otherwise.
Michiro, we should find the woman. Do you remember her name?
No. I
Go
don't
and
care for these people.
let's go and see if we can find Jaina. We should try and piece together what happened last night.
At this point, I'd like to come up behind them and stop them. No, I'm not going to let you bully her anymore. I took them last night, and I'll hold them up. I wish I had a bag too. That's such a good prop, Jamil. I'll hold them up. We can't be doing this. We can't be aligning ourselves with these hoplites. They attacked us.
I'm going to pause you real quick. Kopaka,
Yes.
Ched, you kind of startled awake inside the barracks, but no one else in the barracks seemed to wake up despite your scream. Do you stay in the barracks in the bed with the other person, or what do you do? You're muted.
I basically wake up. I jump up out of bed and just like, because I want to go. I feel like we're on a time crunch. I'm just like, bros, I'm so sorry. We got to go. And I just run out to see my other bros that are like outside, sleeping outside of this place.
Gotcha. When you do that, you wake up a bunch of the hoplites, and you run out before you can see how they react. All right, so Ched bursts out of the barracks around the time this conversation is happening. So Kopaka, you were just starting to talk to them about and show them that you had taken the coins.
Yes. So I did take them. I have them. Chris, Ched.
You have what?
I have the bag of coins.
Jed wasn't privy to our conversation last night, Kobaka. Perhaps you'd like to explain yourself. Stealing from one of us isn't exactly wise, given how very little we know about each other.
And you've led us to this camp full of people who just attacked us. I think it's wise to be a little suspicious, and how you were acting isn't really the kind of party I want to be belonging to. We aren't going to save our friends by bullying others. I understand your concerns, but I think there are other ways to go about proving their honesty. We need to get some sort of medicine back, and they gave us a timeline.
Is there a reason you're bringing this up now? You could have brought this up earlier. We had a pretty open discussion about coming here and where we were going.
I said I didn't want to go.
Well, if you had an ulterior way of proving that the merchants were innocent, or some ideas of proving how they were innocent. You sure were quiet earlier.
I said that I believed them. I helped carry their things here.
Yeah, again, you said you believed them with absolutely no reasoning.
There was reasoning. They had they had far too much information for it to be just made up on the spot.
Information that could have been part of a conspiracy to poison the people that we're trying to save.
But we know that it's a different type of poison.
Do we?
Yeah.
I'm on poisons. I have no idea.
I cast the spell last week. And it's a different type than what we had dealt with.
Those last yesterday sounds like an absolute lie. I am not trusting this man right now.
I meant last week because we did it last week, but it was really yesterday.
Chris, can you turn up your mic? I can't really hear you.
Oh, is this better?
Yeah.
Only a little.
Okay, I'm turning up the mic. How is this volume? Okay. The mic volume was down low. I was saying, bros, I don't trust this man because last week sounds like a total lie. And I just need to do whatever we can to get this flower off my head.
I take it the rest of you also had some interesting dreams last night based on the looks on all of your faces.
Baby,
But it wasn't related to possessing the coins.
What makes you think that we're bullying the merchants? And what gives you the right to take something from me while I sleep?
You said that you were going to be giving it back to them, and you purposely withheld it from them.
Correct, because we needed information. You can't single-handedly make decisions for the rest of the party. That's not acceptable. And you can't steal from me.
At that moment, the door of the barracks opens, and out walks Seb the Centaur. Is everything all right over here? I saw one of you run out in a hurry. Is it time to get going? There is a sense of urgency.
We have to go immediately, bro.
Why?
Because we're on a time limit. We don't know how much time we have, and we need to check things out.
Well, according to Kopaka's best friends, we have almost an entire month. So why the sudden rush?
Seb pipes up. Well, I mean, that's only if we can get them stabilized. We need to get back there as quickly as possible with new medical supplies, which we may remind you we still need to acquire. And also, I'll have to, figure out a way to bring them back.
Exactly. We should head into the town and get the medical supplies. If they're medical supplies, we'll know that they're medical supplies if we go into town and help them out.
I agree. Also, Michiru, you're not the one with the giant ugly flower growing on your head. This is ruining my life. These are my 20s, and I need to enjoy them.
Kopaka, give the coins back to Michiru and we'll leave. Unless someone else has a concern with that plan.
Where's Jane has been listening and watching. Where is Espa?
Espa
Is Espa
is in the
outside?
barracks asleep, or presumably
Okay.
Espa is in the barracks, unless they snuck out in the middle of the night. She basically, as far as you know, she would be inside.
Okay.
Oh,
And right before the 24 hours was up, Jaina would have eaten the good berry.
okay. Yeah, y'all woke up really early today, so you could eat it when you wake up. Still have the next day. Okay. So Seb, in a quiet voice, listen, I don't know where the heart is of my traveling companions here, but I really want these people to get better. So I'm okay with leaving them behind, as long as we all get back there.
Can we do an insight check on that?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
7. I believe him.
You don't know if you believe them or not.
I got 6, so I believe him as well.
All right.
Wait, does that mean that we take them at face value? Like, Kyle, does that mean that we take them at face value, or does that mean that we just don't know?
I'm going to say that you can't glean anything from what they're saying there. You kind of believe them, but also you don't have you don't have a reason to believe nor disbelieve them. So you kind of take them at face value. Basically, none of your suspicions are quenched, but nothing is confirmed.
Okay.
Were we the only three who did insight, or did?
I did, but
Sorry. What were the numbers? For other
Sorry,
people?
Kenny, you're very robotic.
Oh, I mean, I rolled, but it was an 8, so
Okay.
Okay.
Did you roll, Christina?
Yeah, I had a 5.
Okay, yeah, okay.
All right, here's what I propose, party. We wake the merchants, and we make with all haste towards Akros. We help them exchange the poison for medicine, and we find the truth of this once and for all. What say you?
I feel like because we destroyed a lot of the things they were carrying, we should pitch in for additional medical supplies for our friends back home.
Agreed.
I'm in.
We destroyed is a rather large statement. I don't
Jaina
remember
kinda
destroying
kicked-
anything.
Jaina is like kicking a hoof, like.
Yeah, Steve says, well, I don't know what happened to that giant lizard that destroyed our stuff, but if it's still out there, I would prefer to travel with companions.
Agreed. You're safer with us regardless.
Wait, sorry, out of character. Do the merchants not know that the lizard was Jaina? Is it only us that know, or
They don't know.
okay?
Yeah, because I purposefully waited like a few minutes to come later.
Okay. Good to know.
So, do we head north into Akros towards my contact?
Yes.
I think we definitely should. You can wake your friends and we can be on our way.
Oh, you do want my friends to come?
They'll be joining you on the way back, won't they?
No point in leaving them behind, is there?
No, it just seemed like you were opposed to the idea before.
Well, I wouldn't want you to leave anyone behind who might warn some of their friends that we were heading to Akros on the road, where they'd be able to ambush us, would they? I think it'd be best if we all traveled together.
Okay, I'll go rouse the troops, as they say.
Does Jaina wants to see whether or not he's enthusiastic or like I want to see what kind of emotion
Make an insight
he's
check.
feeling. Yeah.
How
Ooh, that was
far
good.
away?
23.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I can't do math. 21.
All right. So you can tell that CU here doesn't necessarily want the other merchants to come with, not because CU doesn't like or trust the other merchants, but just because CU thinks it's kind of going to be drama if they come with, given how the group has been responding to them previously. And so,
Okay.
CU walks aside. Jamil, you
Can
asked
you
a
blame
question?
them?
Did you ask a question?
Me?
Yeah, I thought someone asked a question. Sorry.
Yeah. How close are we right now to each other?
Oh, to each other?
Are we all like yelling? Are we yelling through a courtyard? Are we like next to each other?
My guess is that you're probably standing about 4 to 6 feet apart, conversationally.
Socially distanced.
Less than socially distanced, maybe.
Okay, so is he gone? Is Seep gone?
Yes, so you went inside.
Okay, so Seep is gone. So Jaina's gonna turn to the group and go, so I'm not very good at speaking, but today I am prepared to try to be more likable towards someone in case there's any information that perhaps you would like to gather either near the end, at the beginning, in the middle of this journey with these people. So I'm just letting you know that that is an option, but I don't want to do it and make you angry, and because they will know afterwards that they have been affected.
I'm afraid I don't follow. You're planning on casting some kind of spell on someone?
I have the ability to be very friendly, to seem very friendly towards other people for a short time. But once it's done, they will know that I will have cast it.
I see.
So timing is important.
Indeed. Let's save that.
Other party
For
members,
later.
how do you respond?
Out of character really quickly. Do we take a long rest while we were sleeping, or did the dream?
You'd count as
we did?
long rest, yeah.
Okay.
Bro, as someone who is really good at charming people, I think it's best to save that to like we know that it's towards like the end of seeing these people. Otherwise, we could make enemies real quick.
Agreed. And we still don't know their motivations.
Then I will hold back and wait on one of you to give me a cue.
Definitely, or just whenever you feel is right.
I would not trust my judgment in terms of when to when to talk to someone.
Okay, I'll give you like a good like motion.
How long is the journey between here and Akros?
Anyone in the party want to venture a guess?
I don't know. The only time I've been here, I was pitch black drunk.
I saw it last night when I was looking out from the high point of the watch. It's about 3 hours time.
Okay. So why don't we say, Jaina, how long does your spell last for?
I think it's a very short amount of time. I think it's only like 10 minutes or...
We should use it when we get to the apothecary.
At this moment, the merchants emerge from the barracks. Espa seems tired, and with their eyes are kind of sunken and like they were just dragged out of bed. Sebe is sighing and coming back over to your group, and Felix, the human man, is rather chipper given that the sun is only just about to rise. Well, I think it's a great day to make a difference. Let's all get ready to venture forth.
Okay, bruh.
Really quickly, I just checked. It's an hour.
An hour?
And I can cast it 3 times.
Brilliant.
That was out of character.
Understood.
No, I still think we should wait until we get to the city to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree as well.
Wait to the city till we do what, friends?
What did you say?
Oh, sorry. I was. She was saying out of character. I'm just correcting what I said before because it was 10 minutes at the time before. Now I think conversation holds.
Okay.
Has the sun risen yet?
The sun is beginning to crest.
I'm going to go and I'm going to leave the fort, face the direction of the sun, and pray to Heliod.
All
For
right.
10.
Jaina's going to take a quick look at Ched and go, so are you going to say goodbye to your friend?
Nah, I'm gonna keep him waiting. He's gonna think about this bliss for the rest of his life.
Oh, by the way, did we get the performance check? I don't know if I missed that.
I got a 15.
Ted, do you want to tell them how last night went? Because I don't think they heard. Like, they wouldn't know what was going down last night because they were all outside.
It was perfectly normal missionary sex.
What?
So they had no context for any of that. Like, they didn't...
Yeah, bros, let me tell you about our night. First of all, I spent it crying. I was really thinking about the past, and we had a real emotional connection. And then we did it, and it was perfectly normal.
Felix interrupts you. All right, enough of that. Let's get going towards Akros, if everyone is ready.
Yeah, I'll rejoin everybody at the outside of the fort.
And okay, so then while we're all, I kind of just walk past Kopaka, give him a glare. Don't ever steal from me again. Can I do a sleight of hand to see if I can take the coins back?
I thought I already gave them back to you.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I told him to give them back to you so that we could leave.
I heard the request. I didn't hear him go through and actually give them back. So my bad.
Yeah. I mean, I was wanting to like actually give them back to you and like clap you on the shoulder with like a knowing like we can both play this game kind of look.
I'm gonna
Like
steal something else from you. Anything? You got anything good? No, I'm kidding.
So, as the...
No, I don't.
All right. What is your marching formation going to be? Basically, the merchants have some goods in tow, Looks like Felix is barely carrying anything. Seb the centaur has carrying more things, and Espa has a few knapsacks. But they presumed that you all would carry some things, and they just have some bags sitting at their feet.
Yeah, I'm picking up some bags, and I'd like to walk next to Michiru.
This is the only bag I'm carrying.
Jane is gonna carry some stuff too.
What about all your wigs?
Oh, well, that's, yeah, my belongings. Also, are the hoplites coming with us?
No.
The hoplites have not
But I'm
emerged from their barracks yet.
Okay,
And
so
you're
then I
continuing
just
to-
kind of look to the group. I was like, can we get out of here so I can take this wake up and wig off?
Agreed. Let's go. So let's leave.
All right. So
I would like Michiru and me to hang back a little bit from the rest of the group.
Mhm.
I do want to say I do want to talk to him and not have the merchants here.
So marching order, let's put the merchants in front of the party.
Okay.
I'll walk directly behind the merchants, in between the merchants and our party, and then everyone can choose their marching order after that.
Say that last
Well, I
part
have-
again. So merchants are at the front. You are behind the merchants.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we'll put the rest of the party behind me. They can choose whatever order they want to be on,
Okay.
unless someone has a concern with that.
No, I mean, I literally am sitting back, watching everybody go, and I'm waiting for Kopaka to go because I want to keep my eye on him. So I just
Waiting,
go,
and I'll be walking next to you.
Yeah, so after you.
All right. So
After you
Chet
go.
and Jaina behind Alistair,
Yeah.
walking side by
Yes.
side, or
Yeah,
Jared,
I mean, if that's cool with you.
it's fine. And then
Thanks,
Jaina's gonna try to. So she needs to be within 30 feet. So she's gonna stay within 30 feet of the merchants, though. But she wants to be far enough away that if anyone gives her a signal, they can't see that she's
Gotcha.
casting a spell.
Gotcha.
Basically.
Okay. Yeah, the merchants are at the front with Seb the centaur leading the way, and Felix kind of standing next to Seb, and then Espa kind of dragging her feet behind them. So the sun is rising, and you're kind of starting to walk uphill, up what seems to be becoming very mountainous terrain, going towards Akros. You can see fields of wild grass, sparse in some places, but more dense in others. Actually, if you kind of look at the background of out of character, like, if you look at the background of my Zoom screen, like, that is kind of like the landscape you would be walking past. It's mountainous with some tall grass plains. And Kopaka and Kopaka and Michiru, did you want to do any gossiping?
Yeah, I actually would. I don't want the rest of the party to hear this, but I do want to tell Michiru, hey, I'm sorry for stealing those coins from you last night, but I just, one, it's been a while since I've stolen something, and two, I don't trust this God-driven mission that we're on.
No, I have to say, I'm curious how you did it.
Well, it was while you were awake. I know that you were
What?
living in the darkness, but you may have noticed that it became a little foggy and difficult to see. In that time, I snuck in, and unfortunately, my skills at stealing it were a little less refined, and I clipped Alistair and gave him a little nick on the chest.
I think you're going to pay for that at some point in the future.
Yeah, well, he made us sleep in that place with all the guards, so I don't feel too bad about it. I
Well,
don't share your distrust of most of the merchants, but I will say that one Felix character is a little too chipper. If I had to keep an eye on any of them, it would be him.
I don't trust the woman with the magically enhanced coins. It's in my experience, that has never led to anything good.
So cutting back to the front of the party, Felix turns around and starts walking backwards, like still walking at the same pace, but is now facing Alistair and trying to strike up a conversation. So, Minotaur friend, what was your original purpose over coming up this way.
I don't particularly like your kind, human. If you're trying to make small talk with me, you should know you won't get very far.
Oh. All right then. He slows his walk and tries to approach Chet. Well, how about you?
This will be good.
Want to tell me anything about yourself? You seem very friendly.
Yeah, I had pretty great intercourse last night. How are you, bro?
Oh, well, so I heard. I'm good. I could have used a little bit more sleep, but you know what? I'm always happy to be doing good for people and continuing on a little merry way.
Do you ever cry, bro?
Well, why? That's a bit personal, but I think everyone cries a little bit.
Where are you from, bro?
Oh, I mean, I was trying to get to know you. You should tell me more about yourself. I feel like I've been monopolizing the conversation.
Nah, bro, I talk all the time. You should tell me more about yourself. I would like to do right now I want to seem very dumb to this person, so I'm going to do a deception check. Check.
Okay.
12.
All right.
Like,
Felix appears to be trying to gauge what kind of person you are, and presumes that you are being earnest in the things you're saying, in a sense that you may be very trusting.
so, bro, what do you want to accomplish today?
Well, like everyone else, I'm hoping that we are able to make it to the apothecary and then hurry as quickly as possible as we can back to help the wedding guests. I think that we only have until the...
Overall, what are your hopes and dreams?
Overall? Well, golly gee. I gotta make a roll real quick. You know, as many merchants do, they try to make their way in the world and add a little bit of happiness as I do my travels.
Okay.
Because since I'm next to
Yeah,
them,
you're next
can I
to
do
them,
an
you can hear.
insight check?
Yes.
So sketchy.
Help me out.
So sketchy. Ooh, that was good. 20. And dirty 20.
Jaina is not the best at social cues and doesn't spend that much time around humans if she can help it. But she can tell there's something very off and weird about Felix and the way he's answering these questions. And you seem to think that when he was talking about just wanting to make the world a better place and, you know, just trying to get by, you're pretty sure that that's kind of bullshit and that he might have some sort of grander ambitions. And Felix actually turns to you. And what of you? You don't look the same as my other centaur companion over here. Tell me a little about yourself.
Well, I like animals and I like to hunt things that, let's say, cause trouble.
Well, helping people out when there's troubles seems like good to me, and animals are of an interest to me too. I like animals. By the way, Alistair, you can be eavesdropping on this whole thing if you so choose. You are not facing them, but you are in range to be able to hear anything that is being said. At this point, you are starting to... The terrain is... You can tell that it's like... you're going to have to get over a big mountainous part, but you can start to see walls in the distance. Walls and columns and statues. As though you're on the outskirts of the polis. You're on the outskirts of Akros. Even those of you who have never been here before can recognize that this fits your perception of what you would expect.
Jane is just going to keep an eye on everyone just in case any of them give her a hint to do anything. But also to see who, if they want her to charm anyone, she's going to be watching to see which of the merchants is the one that she should focus on.
Okay.
Can I turn my head over to Jaina and say, Jaina, now seems like a really good time to make some new friends.
Oh, really? Which one would you suggest is the friendliest?
Felix, who's able to hear this general thing, is like, well, I like to think that I'm pretty friendly. I'll be your friend if you want.
Jaina's gonna ignore him and just keep watching Alistair.
Okay.
I don't disagree.
Exhale heavily in his general direction.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Charm Person on Felix.
Okay.
Right? That's what everyone's saying, Felix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I would. I don't know how to indicate this. So out of character.
Mhm.
I don't know how to indicate that that's not the person that I want.
Oh,
Because
because you're leaning
Well, okay.
towards who?
You.
I want Felix to go away because I find him annoying. But I wasn't.
Oh, right, wait. And Jaina was trying.
Jaina
Jaina
roll an
wouldn't
insight
have.
check to see if you
Well-
understood the cue from Alistair.
But also Jaina, because I said earlier, Jaina was going to make sure that whenever she cast it, that no one was watching her, including
Yes,
the merchants.
that's true.
So first I'm going to see whether or not she
Mhm.
understands what Alistair is saying.
Okay.
Ooh, I rolled an 18. Oh, wait, what did you want? Insight?
Yeah.
21.
All right. You can tell that Alistair just wants Felix to go away, and that is not the cue to befriend Felix at this moment.
Okay.
Most likely would want to give insight to someone else who's less talkative.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna say to Jaina, Jaina, do you have many female friends back home? Out of curiosity.
I do.
Hmm.
Now, this conversation, she definitely doesn't understand where he's going. Like, I'm not even going to roll because I don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I know what he's getting at,
Mhm.
but because she's still facing Felix,
Mhm.
she's like, okay.
I
What?
want to.
Because she wants to get out of there. So she's gonna say, well, I do, but I'm curious what's going on with your other friends. So I'm going to go now. And then that's the tone that she uses.
All right. All
And
right.
then she turns around and she starts walking, making sure I just need to know
Canters quickly.
is the back where Michiru and Kopaka are they still within 30 feet?
No, they won't be within 30 feet when you get up there.
Okay, so what she's gonna do is she's gonna keep looking back, trying to see whether Felix is looking at her
Mhm.
because she needs to see Espa
Okay.
if she's going to use it. So she's gonna keep looking back, kind of like looking at Alistair, like trying to wait because she doesn't want him to see.
All
So
right.
I'm gonna wait. She's readying
Gotcha.
Charm Person until once Felix turns away
So
and cannot hear her.
I'm gonna pause you there. I'm gonna cut to Michiru and Kopaka in the back to see if you have anything you want to do or say. As you can see, that Felix has kind of been making the rounds, talking to people up in the middle, and you can like hear vaguely what's going on because he talks pretty loud, but you aren't able to hear everything.
Yeah, of everyone in this group, this is the most suspicious person. By far.
What is his deal, anyways? He
I don't
just
know.
seems to be hopping around up there.
I don't get how you can wake up before the crack of dawn and be this animated.
And is
Did she
Jaina
not have a
gonna
bad dream?
is Jaina gonna try to cast her spell or?
So
I hope not on him. He's charming. He's charmed enough as is.
Ugh.
So Felix turns back to Alistair saying, well, hopefully you're starting to warm up to me a
That's
little
where she
bit.
casts it.
Or
Uh,
he's looking ahead when he's looking at Alistair.
Yeah, and Jaina's turning back, so he's
I
facing.
thought you went ahead. I thought you went ahead of him though.
No, she was going towards Kopaka and Michiru.
Yeah, she's in the back near us.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
she was trying to-
misunderstood. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. Sure.
Yeah,
Good, good.
she's going backwards because but she's watching over her shoulder to see as soon
Gotcha.
as
Understood.
if Felix will face someone else.
Okay. So Felix turns to talk to Alistair. Alistair, how do you? He's just trying to figure out, seeing if you're warming up at all, and I'll get to your charm person in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing our interaction now.
Yeah.
Uh,
If there's an interaction.
Yeah, Alistar is going to let out a very heavy sigh and say, "Tell me, human, from where do you hail?"
Hey, I'm glad you're starting to open up a little bit. You see, I'm a traveler, so I've been a few different places. I'm originally from a small town, so you might not have heard of it, but between Melitus and Akros. And coincidentally, when you know it, that's where I do most of my traveling too. So at this point, he is distracted. So Jaina, you cast Charm Person on
Espa. And it's gonna be a wisdom saving throw
of
and
13. They have to get
13.
to it. Okay. Okay. So Jaina channels some sort of magic and looks at the back of Espa's head. Is there anything you want to do as you're doing that to initiate basically some sort of attention from Espa, or to make Espa think of you, or to denote a reason why Espa would want to befriend you? Basically, do you have any additional actions other than just casting the spell silently?
And does the spell only apply to Jaina? Sorry for interrupting.
You mean to Espa?
Yeah. Does it only does she only charm towards you, or does she charm towards everyone?
It says by her.
Humanoid you can see within range, and they are
charmed by you.
Charmed by me.
Yeah.
So they're friendly to me. So I'm going to, in order to try to charm her, I'm going to go, you know what? I don't think it was very... She's going to do it loudly in order for her to hear. I don't think it was very fair for you guys to take her coins. I don't know why they're special, but that doesn't seem very nice.
She's saying it to us, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
but she's
projecting.
But again, that is the exact tone she's using.
Yeah.
Espa, who was kind of walking with her head down and dragging her feet as she's walking, turns towards Jaina and smiles. Thank you. I'm glad someone at least sees my side. And she starts to slow her walk as though she intends to catch up and get side by side with Jaina if Jaina is willing to come join her.
I don't disagree with her.
Oh, I know. I just don't think it's very fair for people to take things from others that don't belong to them.
I'm going to do a very loud cow snort and then start walking faster.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that really is a shame.
Are you holding up the coins to her?
Yes.
Or are you okay.
Can you try to talk some sense into your friend here? I mean, they're just... Not only are they not giving me their coins back, but they're being real mean about it.
I know, but...
Can I give Mishiro a kick in the shin when he swings the coins around?
I need you to make an attack roll, and Mishiro would make a dexterity saving throw.
An attack roll?
Basically an unarmed strike roll to see if you would be able to hit them, contested by Mishiro making a dexterity saving throw.
11.
Nine.
Okay, you kick Mishiro in the shin.
Ow!
Triton
Fine!
Shin.
Okay.
Say
Still
fine,
be
what does that
about
mean?
it.
Does that mean you drop it, or are you just saying that?
Me?
Yeah.
I just put them away. I was like, hey, fine, I got it.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so Jaina's going to look at Espa and go, well, is there no way for you to replace those coins in any way?
No, I've been collecting them for years as I travel. You see, they hold a special... Well, this is going to be embarrassing, but I think I've been looking for this coin that Theros, he helps me with my travels, or at least presides over them for all travelers, but he's looking for a specific coin. And I was just hoping that, maybe I could find one of the coins he's looking for. And I don't know if I've had any success so far, but I still enjoy finding these old coins.
Is there any reason why he wants a specific coin?
Yeah, but it's a long story. I don't know how versed you are in the stories of Theros. So
oh,
I'm going
I
to
love stories.
I'm going to cut. You all are starting to approach, and there's a wall that you're approaching as you're walking uphill, and a squadron of hoplites is standing outside of that wall, and then you're all able to see them. Anyone react to seeing you basically seem like you're on the gates of, or just on the border of the city proper, of the polis proper, and there's
Do the hoplites look like they're trying to impede our progress?
It looks like they are standing still in front of the entrance to the main part of the city.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah.
12.
All right. They look like they're just being guards at the entry, kind of like how there were guards at the bridge that you had crossed in the past. They make sense to you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my helmet on.
Okay.
Jaina's gonna stay near the back with Michiru and Kopaka and Espa, because she doesn't know how to talk to these people.
I'm just going to groan.
So-
I can't really get any weapons ready because my hands are full with poisons.
Thank God.
I
Real quick, the merchants are still in front, right? So it would be one of the merchants that would address the hoplites
Yes.
before the rest of the party. Okay.
As you get closer,
Your friend up there, Alistair?
I'm gonna cut you off there real quick, Jonathan. Sebe gallops up quickly. Yes, we need to be admitted into the city. We have urgent medical matters to take care of. And Felix comes up behind Sebe as, kind of light jog, trying to get to talk to people. Yes, hello, we are merchants. We actually we're just at your station about a few clicks south of here. And it's important that we get these medical supplies taken care of as quickly as possible. The hoplites kind of just look around at each other, and you all are a little bit farther and just hear some mumbling. I presume you continue walking up closer to the hoplites. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
yes, but
As you get closer, you can hear one of the hoplites grumbling. Well, do you have any papers? It looks like you're carrying things by hand, but unlike any merchants that we're familiar with. And who are these people with their weapons? But one of them then looks at Alistair in the helmet, says, "Wait a second." And then at the same time, two different voices shout from behind the hoplites. "Alistair, is that you?" One voice sounds like an older human man and sounds excited. But the other voice is a woman who sounds like a curious mix of angry and excited. "Alistair?"
Oh boy.
And starts to charge forward. And as Alistair's eyes get big with recognition. And
Were they both-
that's where we are going to end this session for tonight. So
Ooh.
people, we normally do this every 7:30 p.m. Pacific time on the Lags channel. Next week we have 1 week off, so next Wednesday we're not going to have any new episodes. We might run the reruns on the channel, or someone else might be here for the Lags group. But I'll have, if you are itching to watch some more of it, I know that Cliff just got into the chat pretty recently and is happy to find it. You can find any of our reruns on my YouTube channel, and you can find the link there in the chat it's put. But also, they'll be available as highlights or videos on demand on this Lags Twitch channel. But yeah, we're going to be taking a week off, but adventurers, share any favorite moments you want to recount, or any things you want to say or plug?
I just
Ah.
Can't really say my favorite moment.
I was gonna say my favorite moment was having sex. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Dana agrees with the subsex.
I thought you said Gaina for a second.
I liked being able to steal the coins. That was fun.
Yeah. I know. So the audience.
I was not a fan.
If you were here during the dream sequence stuff, and be cryptic, but how did you enjoy that? Seeing the different people's dream states. If anyone is in the chat that was able to see that like about an hour ago or so.
I will look at the chat just in case
Right.
something gets
I mean,
said.
yeah, adventurers, you can also speak vaguely about it if you would like.
I thought it was interesting. We haven't had a chance to talk about them yet, so I think we should do that when we return.
Yeah, I don't know about everyone else. My dream was nuts.
Like, yes.
So yes, when we return, we'll find out who these people were, because there's 2 people that greeted Alistair. You're now in Akros. You have business to attend to, but also the clock is ticking. And I
I'm
know that
excited
a
to
lot
meet
of you have
Zach.
some. I might be a little bit on edge or confused or trying to figure things out after your tumultuous dreams. Yes.
Yeah.
And there's also a ticking clock on my charm person spell too.
That too, yeah. All right, friends. So we'll see you not next week, but the week after. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. There's always stuff going on here on the Los Angeles Gaming Society Twitch channel. So stay tuned for our other streams and events. Like Thursdays, we normally have Bitch Pudding Fight Night. And like we said, stay safe. We love you all. Yeah, it's a solid cliffhanger. Yeah, someone seemed excited. Someone seemed excited for a different reason to see Alistair.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I want to meet your ex.
Awesome. Yeah, Pixel Stuff, you can check out the VOD.